folks, it's Dane at Jonah Guitars. This is, I think, a pretty short video. I'm just going to show this guitar that I finished up here a couple months ago. I haven't done a video on it yet, and it's for sale. So anyway, we'll get into the specs and whatnot, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so this is a Roadie model. I would say it's probably my baseline guitar as far as that goes, although all of these guitars are one of a kind, handmade with machinery, not CNC'd, but not necessarily, all hand planes and, that sort of thing. Anyway, so what you consider a one-off guitar, luthier built kind of thing. So this is my own body style. It's a little bit of an offset. It's not a Strat. It gets confused for that, although if you put them side by side, they're really easy to spot the differences. It does, however, have the arm bevel contour here in the tummy cut on the back. Let's see how that shows up. There you go. Yep. This body is alder back, maple top, that has been fractal burned, and I did some short videos of that process and showing everything's black, so all the dust shows up. These pickups are wound by John Williams in Tennessee. He does all my pickups. This is a Wilkinson bridge. It is a top loader, not a string through. I personally don't find that it makes any, I know that's controversial, but I don't find that it makes any difference tone-wise. These are absolutely great pickups. I asked him to wind these a little hotter than standard PAFs, and he does a great job for me. I also knew I was going to be using black hardware, like the hip shot locking tuners, and open back. The brass with the black looks just really great. Anyway, and then my Jonah decal on there. Anyway, back to these pickups. I want to try a set that I just do a cover on the back and open in the front, and I just don't think it would look right, but I like the neck with an open pickup, and I just did some other guitars that had covered bridges. I always had open bridges, and they were a little bit too, for me, they sound, I mean, it's not his pickups, man, it's great, he does that great work, but this is a little too ice picky for me in just solely in the bridge position without a little tone rolled off. But with the covers on them, they're perfect. They're just right for my ear. They're just perfect, just right. The controls here, the pots are Bournes 300, okay, and I use a 33.033 cap with that, and I really like the sound. That's what Gibson did back in the day, early days. They used the 300K pot and with the 0.33 caps, and then the Roadie, because this is a Roadie, it has the Strat style jack on top, melded into the pick guard, so that you can actually pull the pick guard off, unscrew that, take everything out. You don't have anything sticking through the body. Ironically, I've decided this is the last time I'm going to build the Roadie in this configuration with that. I'm going to use a regular input, just because you have to buy the exact right jack plate in order to get this fit to work, because I had templates and everything made for my pick guards, but then when a couple of them back, actually, my grandson's Roadie that I built for him, I ordered a bunch of plates from different locations because none of them fit the route perfectly. I think this is the Stu Mac one. I'm not 100% sure, and that's why I'm going to discontinue this particular configuration. So this is the last Roadie that's going to be available. And now this is fractal burned. I'll go ahead and insert some pictures of that, what it looked like right after I burned it. And basically this is a Leichenberg, I think is the term, you just use a microwave transformer and you put a solution on the guitar, and then you pop a couple of electrodes into it and fire the thing up, and you do it in several places and it all burns. And then the back, just some right in the middle, and then up in the cutaway, the tummy cut. Anywho, comes with strap locks type buttons. It's got pearl dot inlays on it, and then also pearl dots for the up top fret markers. It's got a bone nut, and I'm trying to think if there's anything I haven't mentioned yet. Oh, the neck is like the third neck out of a huge block I glued up, and I had three. The 9-string Gecko guitar had this neck combination in it. It's off the same blank. I had another, I think of the Strat that I sent up to Washington, the orange Burl Strat, had the same neck blank, and then this neck. And that's mahogany on the outside and lacewood inside. And I think that these two stripes in the middle here were Nara, which is an Asian hardwood of some sort. Anyway, it's cool looking, and it's also tapered. I don't know if you can tell that in the video or not, but it tapers. The outside of the neck taper is the same as this inside piece, the taper on that. So that's kind of cool looking like that. Anyway, so that's it. This guitar is selling for $1,500, shipped and in a case. And I bought a, I haven't even gotten out of the box yet, a very nice cross-rock case for it. It's I don't have it out of the box. I'd show it to you. But anyway, the last several guitars that I've built, I've used cross-rock. I really like their cases. They're padded. They're very durable. They are a vinyl cover. It's not vinyl. I don't know what it is for sure. It's not a plastic case. It's not an airplane case or anything like that. But it's a very, very nice long rectangle kind of case. Anyway, so $1,500, shipped in the case to your location in the USA. All right. Oh, and the fretboard is Wenge. There we go. All right, that's going to do it. I am going to show you a bonus guitar here real quick. Okay, and here's the bonus guitar. You've seen this guitar before. It is the 56 single cut Les Paul Jr. in TV yellow that I built, I believe it was last year that I finished this up. Anyway, this guitar, I should have just weighed it. It's about 6 pounds. It's very, very light. It's hollow, mostly. And so the body is mahogany, grain filled after the paint. I'm not sure you can see that at all, but I'll put it up really close and see if you can see it. No, it just makes a shadow, huh? Anyway, maybe. So, this guitar has a mahogany, has a ebony fretboard. It has pearl dots, also pearl dots on the side, on the for the top markers. It has a walnut, mahogany, maple, walnut, lamb neck. I do a lot of my guitars, I'll say most of my guitars are laminated necks. I'm sold by the strength they give you. This guitar has carbon fiber rods along with an adjustable truss rod. This guitar also has Grover, has Grover open back tuners, again with the brass against the chrome. I think that looks pretty cool. And the peg head veneer is ebony with my mother of pearl whale inlay for the Jonah logo. I gotta check my monitor. Yep, I'm in there, but barely. All right, and bone nut. It's got I don't remember what brand that bridge is, but it's a wrap bridge that's intonatable. Again, one of John Williams' pickups. This is a P90. It roars. It's tremendous. I love the sound of this guitar. And I've been playing this for the last couple weeks, actually. We got the diamond plate, aluminum diamond plate cover plate there. little industrial look. Also has locking strap buttons that will ship with, you know, the actual part that goes in the strap. This also comes with a this is a Gator case, fitted Les Paul type fitted case made by Gator. Nice case, very plush. I think that's it for this one. This one's looking for $2,500. Now what the heck? 2,000 shipped in the case to your address in the USA. And same thing with the controls, Borns. I always use Borns. And then of course, well, the jack, the output jack is a Switchcraft. My speech just went away from me, but it's Switchcraft. And this is the old neck joint that Les Paul Juniors used in '56. I built another Les Paul Junior before this, and I actually got rid of that and made it more streamlined, but I wanted to use the original type pocket on this one, and it doesn't really get in the way, surprisingly. But anywho, so that's it. Les Paul Junior TV Yellow. It's just a killer P90. The last time I made a video on this, I said any of you that know Phil X need to let him know this is available, because it's his setup totally just one pickup guitar, no neck. The neck pickup can influence the strings with the magnetic force here, and you get a little bit of a get a different tone. You really do, because I have other two P90 guitars, and having that neck pickup in really calms this bridge pickup down a little bit. So, but this is just a screaming guitar. I really love it. If it doesn't sell, I won't be heartbroken because I really like playing it. It's got a super fast neck on it, and that's it. Yeah, I won't belabor it. 2,000 in the case, shipped in the U.S. And I wanted to say thank you to Jan. I saw her today at church, and she mentioned to me that she's been watching my videos, and that she was enjoying them. So I just want to say thank you, Jan, for watching. Appreciate it. And any of you folks that like this sort of nuts and bolts geeky guitar stuff, feel free to sub and hit like and share with all your friends. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take care.